Hello, everyone. If you are joining, we are going to give everyone 1 to 2 minutes before we start the webinar. I'm going to repeat myself because I see that we still have participants that are joining. Before we start the webinar, we want to give everyone a minute or two just to join the webinar. So hang tight and we will start shortly. As we wait for others that are joining, I make a mention of it later once I start to cover some things in the webinar. But as we are waiting, if you want to go ahead and find the chat box, feel free to throw an emoji that describes the state that you are in. For myself, I would throw in a guitar because I spend time in Nashville, Tennessee. And then I would also throw in the emoji of the paella pan because I also spend time in Valencia, Spain. So feel free to throw some emojis in the chat while we wait. We will get started in another 30 seconds. Okay, perfect. I think we are ready to get started. So, hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Empower Your Catalogs. So today's webinar is brought to you by PIM provider, Sales Layer, and solution partner Newsmetis. So we are here today to talk to you about how to revolutionize your product information and catalog production. So before we dive into the webinar, make sure you have your cup of coffee or your hot tea or whatever gets you through the mornings because we have a lot to cover in the next 45 minutes. Perfect. So today I will be your hostess for the webinar. My name is Marissa Back. I'm an enterprise account executive here at Sales Layer. Today, for the first portion of the webinar, I'm going to tell you about Sales Layer and explain what a PIM is. And then for the second portion of the webinar, we will have a discussion with Elena Miguel, who will tell us more about the partnership between Sales Layer and Newsmetis, and she will explain exactly in details how Newsmetis can help empower and automate your catalogs. All right, some quick housekeeping. Feel free to use the chat box to ask any questions. We will also cover Q&A at the end of the webinar. That's what the chat box is for. This webinar is being recorded. We will send it to you afterwards. And then for those that stay with us until the end, we have a QR code where you can sign up for a free demo. Alrighty, let's get started. So if you are here today, it's probably because you have come to the realization that you are arriving to a place where it's difficult to find ways to digitally scale. So we want to start today by talking about the first step needed for product management and how a PIM could be a part of the solution. So, in today's rapidly changing digital landscape, maintaining accurate, up to date, and consistent product data across channels is essential. The Sales Layer PIM was designed to ultimately provide a superior digital shopping experience for your customers. But what is most important about the PIM is that it provides a foundation to help you prepare for your successful long term digital strategy to help stay competitive. So, product management serves as the backbone for businesses, big and small, to centralize, harmonize, and control all of your product data. So a PIM ensures that accurate product information is available across all sales and digital channels, providing customers with consistent product details and improving overall sales and marketing performances. So as your company scales, you need something more sophisticated to be sure you're offering the best user experience possible. So how can a PIM help transform your business? In this slide, I will show you the management cycle behind the PIM that can help enhance your product information while at the same time create an operational and automated way of managing your data and prepping your products for your catalog. So first, we have the consolidation cycle. So the consolidation cycle is going to be our PIM where we have an intelligent data that is, our PIM is an intelligent data transformation engine. And with that, I'm so sorry, guys. I had a quick pop up here. And I wanted to make sure I could see everything. Sorry about that. Zoom is sending me pop-ups. So for the consolidation cycle, this is where our PIM is an intelligent data transformation engine. It has machine learning that learns from user interactions. It has auto detection around data and formatting. And we have a very attractive feature, which is a simple copy and paste functionality to import product data into the PIM. And we have an automated syndication to import from FTP, ERP, or other data sources. So what am I saying? Our PIM can ingest from any data source. We also have the enrich cycle. This is where you will be spending a lot of your time. So in this cycle, you get to orchestrate your product information. Our PIM is intuitive for non-IT users. We built the PIM with you marketers out there in mind, and our PIM isn't static. In fact, it is very dynamic and gives you a lot of liberty in customizing your product information, fields, and attributes. So we created a PIM that is enjoyable and easy to use and easy to customize for your products. And then we have what is the connect cycle. So our PIM offers real-time instant syndication. So we have native connectors, out-of-the-box connectors, and our own API. The syndication is built specifically for B2B and B2C needs. So by consolidating your product information into the PIM, we create a single source of truth where you can focus on the quality and accuracy of your products and then share your product information with any sales or digital channel. All right, so now that we understand the basics around a PIM, we wanted to share some market research that will help reiterate the importance of product information. According to the Customer Experience Impact Report, the CEIE report, 89% of customers starting doing business with a competitor following a poor customer experience. Allied Market Research projects for the PIM market size value, it will grow in 2027 to reach 59 billion. In 2019, it hit close to 10 billion. That's a lot of growth in a short amount of time. Scalian Market Research states that placing one SKU at an online showcase requires 20 to 46 minutes. Sales Layer has found that 1 hour of work in our PIM equals 5 hours of manual work in Excel. State of Data Science Analytics research showed that product or e-commerce data managers will spend 90% of their time on data-related activities versus time spent on growing the business. PwC Global Customer Insights shows that 75% of decisions is based on product information. So, excuse me, guys. Okay, here we go. So we understand what a PIM does, and we understand why product information is becoming increasingly more important. Now let's talk about the day-to-day problems a PIM can solve for. Do you need to share updated and real-time information? That is customized data. And do you need to create catalogs faster? So with a PIM, you can gain an 80% increase in efficiency and streamline how you share your product information. Do you have a need to centralize your product information? So with our PIM, you can reach 100% accurate product data, creating brand uniformity across all sales channels. Need to find a way to avoid repetitive tasks? Due to automation, 99% of your time is saved from repetitive tasks. Do you want to improve the shopping experience for your customers? A PIM can directly impact and increase your conversions by 30%. Are you trying to find ways to stay competitive and want to reduce product launch time? We have seen in our case studies how a PIM can increase your go-to-market strategy times 4. So with these last slides, I want to talk about Sales Layer as a company because some of you might not have heard of Sales Layer before today, and that's okay. So Sales Layer is the global leading PIM solution for B2B companies. And we have done that in having over 10 years of market experience, working with 300 plus clients globally in over 50 different countries, and having the support of being funded by venture capitalists. We take a lot of pride in building a SaaS PIM that requires low code to no code, making it easy to use for anyone. We continue to be the leader in the PIM revolution that is adding agility and velocity to the B2B sector. Thanks to partners like Newsmetis and our network of 200 plus partners, we are able to support our global clients and continue to be a leader in the fastest growing PIM market. So also, whenever I talk to my clients or I tell people how great Sales Layer is, I always tell them, no need to take my word for it, just Google it. So in your Google search, you will find that we are ranked highly by reviews on platforms like G2 and Capterra. Because of those reviews, we have been recognized as leaders in more than one area. But what I think is most important is being number one in best usability. We are also recognized by renowned research companies like Gartner, Forrester, and IDC, and we are also ISO compliant. So I've talked a lot about different concepts. I've talked about Sales Layer. I've talked about a PIM, and I've mentioned our partnership with Newsmetis. So what I wanted to do is to try to show you guys a successful customer story to really help summarize some of this. So before I get into the details of going through this case study, if you grab your phone, if you scan the QR code, it's going to send you to their product catalog so you can see the final results in their end project. So LED C4 is a company that specializes in elegant lighting. So with over 50 years of experience, they came to Sales Layer in hope of improving their product information with a PIM, specifically with the use case to improve their catalog creation. So they sell to an international market. They needed translations in 8 different languages. They manage well over 150 products with hundreds of variants, along with hundreds of assets and technical drawings. Their customers needed to be connected with their product information and needed to be connected to 15 different sales channels. But most importantly, they needed to improve their catalog creation that has well over 1,000 pages of information. It was a 3-year project where Sales Layer and Newsmetis were able to help them achieve their goals through quality product information and quality catalogs, achieving an elegant experience throughout the whole customer journey. All right, so now for the second part of the webinar, we want to make sure that we get to meet Elena and hear more about Newsmetis. And hear more about just how to revolutionize your catalogs. So Elena, tell us about yourself and tell us about your time at Newsmetis.
Hi, everyone. Thanks a lot for your presentation, Marisa. It has been great. Thanks for sharing your time with us today, to the people that are at the other side of the screen. Well, I joined Newsmetis almost 5 years ago. And I was, at that time, I was projects manager. So I was responsible for monitoring the project since the beginning to the end. And I had to make sure that we met our clients' expectations and requirements and that we deliver on time. This gave me the opportunity of getting to know a lot of clients in different countries and industries, and also really understand what we offer and what we do and what we can do for them. At the beginning of the year, I have moved to the business development department, and we are very, very happy because we are launching or expanding our business in the United States. And this is why we have opened a sales office in Miami, so we can get to know clients in this area and in this market. So although we are based in Spain, we also hopefully wait for more clients in the United States.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, we are here at Sales Layer, we're so glad that Newsmetis now has a presence in the United States, so we can rely on your partnership for the States as well. So great. So then, Elena, can you tell us about Newsmetis and explain your expertise as a solutions partner?
Yeah, Nosmedis is a company with more than 25 years of experience, and we are specialized in automation of catalogs. But when I say catalogs, from this point on, when you see catalogs in the presentation, I also mean other materials because we can also automatize other type of materials, such as brochures or data sheets or price lists and things like that. What we have seen in many, many companies is that the first step to automate a catalog or any other material is to decide and to get and to locate the information that you want to put in this catalog. And this is already a very expensive process in terms of time and money and resources, because when the project team that is responsible for producing the catalogs needs to get all this information, they realize that it's very scattered around different places. Maybe some departments or teams have some information, the images that you need, or maybe you have to produce new icons that are still aren't still produced, or you have to gather the text for the description of your products in very old documents. So this is something that it takes a lot of time. Also, once the project that is in charge of producing the catalogs thinks that they have all the information that they need to produce the catalog, they may produce a candidate. And then again, they have to check and review this candidate internally. So it kind of starts all over again, because they find out that there are lacking information, that there are contradictory information, redundant information, products that they don't want to use anymore, or new products that aren't there. So they have to repeat and repeat and repeat this process again and again. And even once they decide that everything is okay, that they have like the perfect document or the perfect catalog, then someone in sales or in marketing decide that they need to produce another version with different products or in a different language. So imagine the hidden cost that maybe some of the companies might not be aware of, but that certainly is there, because this also means that you maybe decide to not produce certain versions because you don't have the time, so you are losing business opportunities. So to resolve all this, to automate all the steps in the process from the gathering of information to the final result, Nosmedis automate all these processes. So you gain time, you save money. And to do that, what we do is to use a very powerful combo of tools, that is Sales Layer, EasyCatalog, and InDesign.
Perfect. Thank you for explaining that, Elena. So then tell us about why Newsmetis and Sales Layer work so well together.
Well, because we know each other since the beginning of times, when we were smaller companies and younger too. And well, this has been a really long relationship. So we have built a relationship of trust and confidence. It doesn't matter if the client is already working with you and has implemented the PIM before, or we are working together implementing the PIM. This relationship that we have allow us to really listen to clients and listen to their needs and to their requirements. And if there's something that is still not covered by Sales Layer, we can we can reach to you, and then we can even implement together new features or adjustments that are a requirement for one of our clients. And this is really, really good. And another thing that we really appreciate about this partner relationship that lasts these years is that we can get our technical team talking to your technical people. And if there's any issue, or we have any suggestion, or we have any problem, we know for sure that there's a fantastic support team from Sales Layer that is there to help us implementing our catalog automation process.
Yes, and just to give context, whenever Elena says we have history, our partnership started even whenever Sales Layer only had 2 to 3 employees.
Yeah,
So we can
Alvaro and
definitely say we
Iván.
have history.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
So then, so tell us, Elena, so to automate your catalog, what are some of the essential capabilities behind the sales layer PIM?
okay. As I said, there are a lot of features and functionalities that we really appreciate, but I would say that there are four things that we really appreciate when we are automating, from our perspective, when we are automating catalogs, and that really push and empower, first of all, our automation process, but also the catalogs of our clients. The first one would be that although we can connect to different data sources, we have seen already that when you try to get the information that you are going to put in the catalog, you need to go to different data sources. We can connect with different ERPs or with Excel sheets or with CSV documents or whatever. We prefer to have all the information as a single truth in one place. And then there's this feature in Sales Layer that is a very easy and yet powerful API that allows you to integrate all these different data sources. This is huge for us and huge for our clients. Also, the second one that I would highlight is to, once you have integrated all this information, I mean, there's no way that the information is going to be okay once you have integrated, because you are going to realize that you lack information, that the information is not correct. Many teams or many agents in the company would like to adjust this information or enrich this information. So you offer in the PIM, you offer two features that we love. That is the quality score and also the quality report that tells you how ready is your information to be put in a catalog. So our clients can constantly monitor by enriching this information or modifying this information, how ready the information is to really produce the final version of their catalogs. Then,
And you know what? Actually, sorry, Lena, not to cut you off, but I'm so glad that you had mentioned the quality score and the quality report because a lot of times, yes, the quality score and the quality report is there to help you see those to make sure that there is accurate product information throughout the whole process. But also, don't forget the quality score and the quality report is also there to help you with the data cleansing. So a lot of times people fear the first step of cleaning their data and putting it in the PIM, getting it ready, and then sending it to the catalog. So remember that the quality report is also important to help with the data cleansing, to really help you get started and trying to create that streamlined way of managing your product information. So I always like to comment on that too.
That's a very good comment because yeah, the consistency and the coherence of the data, because maybe some department is writing the information in a way, but you need that the information is written in another way using a text format or a number format or something like that. So yeah, this is very cool for us. This is a great feature.
Great. And then tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
the formulas.
The third one, okay, we have seen that we can integrate the information, then we have seen that we can enrich the information with these features, but maybe you need to transform a little bit the information before you integrate the information, I mean, in the in process. And also, it's very important for the catalog automation to be able to transfer this information out, because maybe you want to maintain the information in the PIM as it is, because all the departments or other agents in the company need that this information is there in a certain way. But with the formulas, we can transform the information out to make it look like, or to make it be as we want this information be for our catalog production. But maybe the information in the PIM is okay for the web, and we are not going to touch there. We are going to transform it using the formulas. And the formulas, I mean, you don't have to be a geek, or you don't have to be a super IT specialist to transform this information. The formulas are very similar to the ones that you would use in Excel or in Google Sheets. So it's really easy to have this output. So this is another feature that we really like and enjoy, and our clients too. And the fourth one, will be something that maybe it's only relevant for us, but I'm sure that is also relevant for web developers and everybody in the design teams, because with the PIM, with Sales Layer, we can translate the images. For instance, if we have different languages and we want to show one different image of an item, I don't know, a washing machine or something like that, but we want to show one image for the Spanish market and another model for the French market or whatever, then the fields for these graphic elements are multi-language. So then you can choose what to export. If you are exporting the Spanish language, for instance, then you are sure that you are exporting the right images for that market. And also another thing is that the same image we can store this same image in the PIM in different formats, in different resolution formats. So if you want to produce a printed catalog, you have the version of high resolution. But if you want to produce a digital catalog and you only want to make it available in the website to be downloaded, I don't know, maybe in a PDF file or something like that, you can also store. Sales Layer allows you to store different resolution, a low resolution for that image too.
Yeah, and I'm glad you also mentioned the multi-language because I feel that a lot of the businesses that I work with always ask about multi-language fields whenever they're really trying to find ways to scale into different markets.
That's right. Yeah.
Perfect. So then, alrighty, so you've told us about the PIM capabilities that directly impact catalog creation. Can you also explain all the tools that are involved in the catalog creation process, specifically EasyCatalog?
Yeah, in the first slide, we say that we use mainly we use three tools that are Sales Layer, EasyCatalog, and InDesign. EasyCatalog is an extension of Adobe InDesign, and we wanted to find that really allows the automation takes place. And we really wanted something to work with InDesign because InDesign is kind of a standard in the industry. I'm sure that most of the design teams that produce marketing materials, catalogs, etc., they use InDesign. I mean, almost 100% of people use InDesign. So in the same way that we are partners with you, we are also partners with 65-bit, that is the maker and the licensee, well, that provides licenses for this plugin, and we are official distributors internationally. This also means that, as in your case, if we detect that a specific client have any specific need or requirement, we can also work with 65-bit to make sure that we incorporate new features for the future versions and things like that. So this also give us a lot of flexibility and power to do almost whatever we want to do with the catalogs. And for us, it's kind of the heart of the automation because thanks to a custom-made channel, it connects to Sales Layer, and then it's kind of the bridge from Sales Layer, from the data product that we have stabilized.
Yeah, stabilized.
Stabilized, sorry,
Yep.
in Sales Layer, and then
Mhm.
we can, it's like the bridge that puts all the information in the final InDesign document. Besides, it's connected in real time, so any last minute changes, you can download again this information in EasyCatalog, and EasyCatalog processes very quickly information of large catalogs like the one that you have showed before that we worked together with Lead C4 in the lighting industry. They have a lot of products and a lot of categories. And then by means of very easy panels, you can decide in EasyCatalog how to organize this information and how it's going to be presented with different design templates in InDesign. And once you have decided that everything is perfect, then it paginates very, very quickly. I mean, sometimes things that before, when you did things manually, took, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, maybe you do it and you solve it in 1 day. So this is a very huge impact for the design teams and for the companies in general, because this increases the capacity of production, of course. And another thing that is very cool about EasyCatalog is that when you finally produce your InDesign file, maybe you want to export this to a PDF file, and you want to enrich this file with multimedia elements such as QRs or hyperlinks or buttons or things that get you to the e-commerce site or something like that. And this was also done, or is normally done, in a manual way. So with EasyCatalog, you can also automate these kind of things. So imagine imagine that the amount of time that you are saving, also enriching your final document, your final versions. You are able to produce a lot of versions, and you have a lot of flexibility producing lots of versions.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I feel like the design team and marketers absolutely love EasyCatalog. I mean, it's got easy in the name, so people love to know we can integrate with EasyCatalog.
We have very good feedback when we train them to use these tools, because they are amazed. It's kind of a magic thing, yeah, for them and for us. I mean, it's really great to feel that you are helping that way.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so then with everything that we have seen, why would you say catalog automation is so important?
Okay, so what we are going to do is to summarize a little bit what we have seen. It completely revolutionizes the way that you work. It has a huge impact in the way that the design team is going to produce the catalog. We have seen it saves time, so you can be more productive. You can do things that maybe you have renounced in the past because you didn't have the time. It increases the quality of the data. So, I mean, this doesn't mean that we are aiming to make zero mistakes, because of course the information that you have stored in your company, I'm sure it contains mistakes, but you integrate all the different data sources, you eliminate the manual copy and paste and things like that. So it reduces the mistakes in your data product, and also increases this quality of the data. So as a consequence of the bullet point number 1 and the bullet point number 2, you have to do less corrections, and then you have more time to be more creative or enhance your designs or things like that. And also because it's already connected, it's all the time connected in real time with Sales Layer and with this only main source of data. You can also add last minute changes, like I don't know, if you suddenly have a new price list or something like that, you can upload again the prices, and it's automatic. It's automated too. And this allows you to make a lot of different versions. I mean, versions that you weren't able to produce in the first place.
Perfect. Thank you for summarizing that. So, Elena, now let's see. So for everyone, we wanted to show you a video. Please bear with me because I will have to step out of this presentation here, and we've got the video queued up. So with this video, you are going to see 6 easy steps that need to be taken to be able to work with Sales Layer, InDesign, and EasyCatalog. So we summarize a little bit of the process with the automation of catalogs through this video. So here we go. I'm going to hit play, and then I want to extend it so you guys can all see it.
The first step is an analysis of all the sources of product data that our new customer currently has. To do this, our client must provide us with a sample of this data in some of the most common data exchange formats, such as spreadsheets, comma-separated text files, JSON files, etc. After reviewing the information provided, we will propose a data model that optimizes the management of the product data while allowing for the correct classification of the data into families, categories, subcategories, products, and variants. During this phase, we also define the relationships between products and determine the use of additional tables to centralize the management of common data. The second step is to correctly implement the data model agreed with the customer during the first stage. To do this, we configure each of the required fields at the category, product and variant levels in Sales Layer. We also create the necessary sales material tables and determine which fields will be used to establish a relationship with the product and variant tables. The ability to divide products into multiple families facilitates data quality control and review by the various team members responsible for data enrichment. If it is necessary to create more than one output channel, we configure the image fields to create as many versions of the same file as needed. To ensure that existing product data is correctly loaded into the PIM, we configure one or more input channels. By using formulas, we can ensure that the data meets the requirements established during the analysis phase. Finally, we configure an output channel that allows us to connect Sales Layer to EasyCatalog. EasyCatalog's turn has come. Thanks to the Enterprise Data Provider module, we can easily connect Sales Layer with EasyCatalog. This connection is live. That is, any change in the product information will be detected by EasyCatalog, which will indicate clearly and precisely whether it is a new product, the modification of existing data, or the elimination of a variant or category. The EasyCatalog data panel allows you to have all your product information under control. Since InDesign has to place the product data at the page boundaries, we often have to transform and adapt it so that it can be presented properly. To do this, we use all the power that EasyCatalog gives us thanks to custom fields and various advanced configuration options. In the most extreme cases, we can use one of the programming languages supported by EasyCatalog, such as Lua or JavaScript. At the end of this phase, we will have a data panel correctly configured and ready to start the design stage. With the data already prepared, we start the phase of creating InDesign templates and pagination modules, which is the name given to each of the ways in which the product data is presented in the document. We use all the techniques provided by EasyCatalog and supplement them with InDesign's own functionality. For example, when programming a table that presents technical data, we will use color swatches, object styles, table styles, and cell styles, so that the user can control the final appearance of the design, regardless of the programming required to present the data. We will use all the options provided by EasyCatalog's pagination and formatting rules panels. In the most complex cases, as in the data panel configuration phase, we use the programming languages supported by EasyCatalog, Lua, and JavaScript. Once the programming step is finished, we begin generating complete catalog pages. This allows us to identify and correct any errors we may have introduced in the earlier phases before delivering the final project to the client. At this stage, we show our client how the catalog automation process will work. In this way, if the client suggests any improvement in the pagination process, such as how to divide a product between several pages, or the position of the icons of certain attributes, we will apply them to make the production of the catalog as efficient as possible. With the Sales Layer instance properly configured, the input and output channels ready to receive and send data, and the InDesign templates ready for the automated production of catalogs and price lists, we start the delivery phase to the client. We connect remotely to ensure that the project is perfectly configured on the client's design team's computers. Now it's time for training. We teach the content, sales, and marketing teams how to effectively use Sales Layer to keep product information up to date, and the design team how EasyCatalog works. Finally, we offer our support so that any questions or problems that arise during any of the phases are resolved as quickly as possible.
Perfect. Great.
Okay.
So as I jump back into the slides, Elena, will you just explain a little bit what we just saw?
Yeah, we have seen the more or less usual step-by-step process that we follow with most of our clients. We are going to have a slide now that is going to remind you these steps here. But what we normally do at the beginning is to meet with the client and then understand the requirements, because sometimes they don't have to produce these big catalogs, or they need to only produce price lists or things like that. So the process is a little simplified for some of the clients. But as the video has stated, we normally follow this 6-step process. The first step would be to understand the different data sources, and then to audit and analyze these data sources and propose a data model. Then normally with your help in Sales Layer, the second step would be to do the setup of the PIM and to also configure the in and out channels. The third step would be to make sure that we import and configure all the information and customize and transform with all these enriching tools that we have seen. Then the fourth step would be more or less in parallel with the third step, that is the template design and programming. Sometimes or most of the times the clients have their own designs, and we respect that, but we also give them tips and recommendations in order to make the designs more automatable and more flexible within all the setup that we are doing. And then we also program the templates, and then what we do is kind of a test of pagination, and we show the clients the results, so they can really decide if this is compliant with what they wanted. And we do the final touches. And then finally, the sixth step will be that we always make sure that once the project is deployed, we train them on how to use the tools, because they don't have to program anything. They only have to use the tools and use the scripts that we have programmed for them. And we make sure that they know how to use it, and they realize then how quick and efficient it is. And always we always offer this support service afterwards. So if they have any question, doubts, they want to maybe repeat some training sessions, or they start realizing that they understand everything and they want more, and they want adjustments and new things, and things that they thought that they were impossible, then we are there also to help them. And I guess that we'll tell them about how to contact us afterwards and how to book a free demo. But with us, for instance, in our case, they can also, if they are interested, if you are interested, you can send us an extraction of your information, and we can set up a demo with your information, so you see how this works with a real example, completely free and without any compromise from your part. So we are here waiting for you to contact us.
Perfect. Thank you, Elena. So yes, as Elena had mentioned, this is the conclusion of the webinar. So as we go through the Q&A questions, we wanted to leave this slide up here. Feel free to scan the QR code. In the details, it'll ask, this is going to route you to a place where you can put your information. It'll ask, how did you hear about us? You could say from the webinar, but then also specify, would you want a POC, a proof of concept, with Newsmetis, with Sales Layer, with both? Just put that specification in there so that we know exactly how to organize that. As Elena mentioned, feel free to reach out to us via our email addresses that you have here. And then I'm going to actually take a look at the chat to see if we have any questions. Let's see. I don't see any questions, but don't worry, we had a plan B just in case. So Elena, to help us wrap up with Q&A, would you like to share maybe some of the most common questions that you receive?
Yeah, as I think that you mentioned that before, it's a big question is about the languages, that if it's a possibility of if we have the option of producing different catalogs in different languages, and the answer is yes. Our headquarters are in Spain, and we are used to coexist with 6 different official languages. So yeah, we get that question a lot. But also, I think that this flexibility, I mean, we can produce a catalog with 2 languages in the same catalog, and then you can differentiate them by using different designs or colors, or you can have one catalog per language. But also, if you're in a country or you are a company that only produces the catalog in one single language, don't think about the language as a language itself. You can also produce different catalogs or different versions of catalogs based on different products or different markets, or I don't know, maybe you have different brands and then you want to produce the same tables but with different looks and feels. So this flexibility and this variety, we can apply it to different concepts, not only languages.
Perfect.
And what about you, Marisa? Do you get any really recurrent questions?
Yes, yes. So I will say that a common question is going to ask, a lot of people ask us, are you a SaaS solution or are you an on-prem or on-premise solution? So Sales Layer is a SaaS solution. With the SaaS solution, what that offers is going to be easy implementation, automatic upgrades, lower infrastructure costs because we have a whole team of engineers that are there to make sure that our platform is up and running with the latest. We've got the built-in security. We may have some limitations with customization, and that's something that with on-premise systems, it does provide greater customizations, but also it requires a lot more resources, higher infrastructure costs, and some longer implementation times. And I think the last question, which I think ties directly into this, is does your PIM have DAM capabilities? And yes, we do. We do have DAM capabilities. Our system allows you to ensure that the use of your latest digital assets are all synchronized across your channels and your supply chain. So Sales Layer offers the ability to tailor your product catalogs and digital assets to specific requirements of your selling channels. You can customize names, sizes, resolutions, and other aspects of your assets for your digital or print formats. So yes, we do have DAM capabilities with our Sales Layer
Yeah,
PIM.
this is kind of a must lately within our clients too. I mean, they ask for them capabilities too. Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, again, we have come to the conclusion of the webinar. We are so grateful for everyone's time today. Elena, it has been a pleasure. Make sure
Thank
to
you.
scan the QR code and you will get the recording. And thank you, everybody, and have a lovely Tuesday.
Thanks a
Thanks,
lot.
Elena.
Bye.